get started shortly and soon. That's what I was going to say. Oh no, this device is driving me crazy. Good morning. I've got to restart my other device because it's being temperamental. Oh, goodness gracious. But I did get a new one. It should be here today. Yay! So I don't have to deal with this anymore. Come in, come in. We're going to get started in just a minute. I'm waiting on my other device to reboot. Let's see. We're going to have to silence this as soon as it comes up. If it ever comes up. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, there we go. That's not what we wanted. We have sun after 4 or 5 days of rain. Oh man, I bet that's nice. We finally are cooling down here. Yesterday was 90 degrees. Today's going to be, I think, 80 something. So we're actually going to get a little taste of fall weather. Okay, come back on. Good morning. Give me just a sec. I'm trying to get my other device to act right. Good morning, good morning. Yes, resume it. Thank you. Come on, behave. Are we there? There we go. Sorry, y'all. It crapped out on me. I know it's still trying to like bring everything up. Yeah, I ordered a new one. It should be here today. So hopefully we don't have this problem again. Let me fix this. Yes, happy Tuesday. You know, I had to keep reminding myself that, you know, we had our live this morning because I'm not used to having this on Tuesdays. Hang on, I wanted to see. Is it here? Nope, that's not it. Boards, there we go. Okay. Christmas music before Halloween, sort of spooky, right? Listen, I'm a Christmas freak, so it doesn't bother me at all, but I'm just weird like that. No, it's not the nationwide outage. It is literally my iPad that's screwing up. It's been doing this for months, and so I finally had to break down and get a new one, and it should be here today. This one's old. I've had it for quite some time, and yeah. Okay, we're on track now. Thank goodness. All right, so this is your weekly Tarotscope. On Friday, we looked at Friday through Monday because I was out of town yesterday and I wasn't gonna make it back in time. So today we're gonna look at Tuesday through Friday, okay? Then Friday morning, we're gonna look at Friday through Sunday, right? Back on track, doing our weekly and weekend Tarotscopes, right? This is kind of like your horoscope, right? We're pulling cards for each day to find out what the energy is of the day, okay? That way, you can utilize that message or that information in your day-to-day. That way you are moving forward on your journey on towards your goals, whatever it may be, instead of just kind of like waiting for something to happen for you, okay? So you're going to see me looking back and forth. I'm looking at YouTube and I'm looking at TikTok, okay? What we're going to do first is we're going to boost our heart chakra. Our heart chakra is the one that sits in between everything. It sits you know, as the connector to our higher self and our human self. And we want to make sure it's nice and boosted and balanced out for the week ahead so we can move forward, you know, more connected, more aligned, all that good stuff, right? You don't have to do anything special. All you want to do is try to sit up with your feet on the floor if possible. If not, at least try to sit in a way that's comfortable. But if you're, you know, if you can get your spine as aligned as possible, that would be great. If not, it's okay. Just relax. Okay. All you're going to do is take nice, deep cleansing breaths as the bowl is singing and then let them out. Okay. It takes a few seconds. Here we go. Just breathe. Now let's all take one super deep breath in together. Pick up all the heaviness, all the fear, all the anxiety, and then blow it out and let it go. Okay? It is not yours to carry around day to day. You can do those cleansing breaths anytime, as many times as you need, okay? Breath is always going to be good for your third eye, for your alignment, all of the things that we need, okay? We need more air. I, as a very shallow breather, have to remind myself to take deep cleansing breaths. So you might have to do the same. Okay. Let's get our fairy blessing for the week. This is the overall. Jamie, do you want to see if you can come on? Let me see. Oh, no, don't do that. I hope that just sent you an invite. I'm not sure. There we go. Yay! Oh, you look so pretty in that color.
Thanks. I was like, oh, it's Tuesday. It's Mars Day.
Yeah.
Wear red, and this is the only thing I have.
I like it. Okay, well, now we're back on track. All right, so like I said, what we're going to do, first of all, right quick, what do we need to know about this week? As, you know, like, let's do a little bit of hits on the astrology of the week, right quick. Okay, her eyes just got big, YouTube. Fill us in.
There's still an echo, but
is it? Go to your settings. Hang on, go to your settings on there. Click the three dots. In settings, it'll say, hear my own voice. That might be turned on, because I saw that when I was messing around just a second ago.
Do I have to go to my profile?
No, go to the three dots at the bottom, and then it should say settings. And at the very top, there's like a toggle. It says, hear my own voice or something. It muted you.
I don't see it. Settings.
Okay, let me look on mine so I can. Yeah, so you move, you do the three dots, and it's right there. It should be, you should see settings. It says, hear your voice.
I'm on settings, but I don't see anything about hear my own voice.
Are y'all hearing an echo? The viewers, are y'all hearing an echo? I know YouTube, you're not going to hear it. Okay, yes, on TikTok. Damn it. I don't know what the deal is, because I don't hear it for you. But they do. Let me see. Hang on. Is there something I can do? Oh, I don't want to turn off your microphone. Yeah, I don't know how to fix it?
I don't either. I'm trying to find those 3 dots you keep talking about. Because I can click on the picture, it goes to settings.
You're clicking on your picture?
Mm-hmm.
Are you on your phone or iPad?
My phone.
Okay, because at the bottom, I see what looks like a little building. I see a little like conversation thing with an arrow and then the edit pencil. And then right next to that is the 3 dots. That's what I'm seeing at the bottom. And that's what takes me to the settings. Sorry, YouTube. Y'all are going to have to hang on just a second.
It must be different on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm trying to write down. Let me go out and check my settings in the app.
Now I hear it.
And see if now, yeah.
That's
See if
weird.
it'll fix it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So while she's doing that, we are going to get our fairy blessing for the week. Is there an area where you can check your mic? That's what I'm wondering. If something's got to be like flipped on with her mic settings. It might have been an update with TikTok or something that did that. So hopefully she can find it. Okay, so let's get our fairy blessing for the week. Just focus on the cards in my hand. And let's ask the cards, what is our fairy blessing for Tuesday through Friday? Tuesday through Friday. I wonder if she can come in on YouTube. We'll see. Ooh, we have a blessing of honesty. Excuse me. Look how pretty that is. A blessing of honesty. So it's number 5. Okay. So what does 5 signify? 5 is movement. It's change. It's a pivotal moment. Okay. So when we have this blessing of honesty, you know, when we learn something true, we make a move, right? We make a decision, we pivot. So this can be something that, you know, somebody's being honest with you about a situation, and so you have to make a decision. It's not going to be always negative, right? So let's not all of a sudden go through the fear mode of, oh God, I'm going to learn a truth that's going to be horrific, right? We don't live in fear, okay? We understand that the universe is going to show me everything that I need to know, okay? Good, bad, indifferent. Doesn't matter, okay? So what we have to look forward to is finding that honesty, maybe within ourselves, maybe within another person, maybe both. Maybe we find out the truth about a situation, like a path that we're on, okay? And this is all meant to allow us to pivot, to either go towards that thing or to move away from that thing. Does that make sense? Okay. So whenever we find out the truth of something, it's not to punish us. It's not to, you know, cause us distress or whatever. It is meant to allow us to move towards it or move away from it because it's our guidance system, right? So I like that we have that blessing of honesty happening over the next few days. Good morning, Miss Jen. All right, let's get a tarot card to find out what the overarching energy is, and then I'll pull cards for each day, okay? I'll show you. So this is the divination book. This has all the tarot cards in it, direct and reverse. There are readings for each one. You treat it just like you would a tarot deck. We knock on it to cleanse off the energy, right? Because energy settles around our tools. So we knock on it to break up all that energy. Then we're going to connect to the book with the centers of our palms because those are chakra points, if you don't know. Okay, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And we're going to set our intention on the book. And we're going to ask the book, what is our overall message for this week, Tuesday through Friday? What is our overall message for this week, Tuesday through Friday? Okay, we got Temperance. Not a bad card, okay? Actually a good card. So this book gives you readings for the day, but since we're looking at it for the week, I will change the verbiage to represent that, okay? It says today you drew the Temperance card. This week is showing to be a well-balanced week for you. Relationships are harmonious and the energy is flowing as it should. Take time to stop and smell the roses. Life is about enjoying and embracing the journey. There's no need to rush. Do everything in moderation and allow yourself to experience what it feels like to be in balance and total control of yourself instead of being controlled by outside influences. For example, society, food, drink, etc. This is goddess energy, okay? So temperance is about things moving at a nice, even pace, okay? It's about really finding this internal balance so you start to see what would be perceived as a miracle externally. Does that make sense? Let me show you. Let me grab the card. So when we're looking at the Temperance card here, you see how they're pouring the liquid into these cups. But if we're looking at it, that would be impossible. The liquid would fall out, right? But this is doing the impossible. This is attracting one another. It is in balance. It is like this energy knows itself. They understand the laws of the universe. They are taking their time and they are finding that, like I said, that internal knowing, and then they start to see it externally. Okay? This person is balanced through their spiritual life and their practical life. They have the white robe on to signify being connected spiritually. They have the wings, all of that. So we can see things from this higher perspective because we know how the universe works. We know how spirituality is connected to everything that we do, okay? And of course, Douglas is going to make himself known. Oh my gosh, are you freaking kidding me? My device just crapped down on me again, so whatever. All right, so we have the overall Temperance card as our overall energy for the week. Everybody else is going to have to go on to YouTube. I'm not fighting this all morning. All right, so we're going to choose our deck that we're going to use to uncover what is coming up for us in each day, okay? So deck number 1, we have Red Fairy Tarot. Deck number 2, we have the Baroque Tarot. So vote in the comments. Tell me which one you would like for me to use, deck 1 or deck 2. Let me know, deck 1 or deck 2. Okay, ones are getting it. Nice. It's a great deck. We'll see if anybody else wants to chime in right quick. I did not zoom in, so I'm not sure what you're referring to. All right, let's use deck 1. I like it. It's a great deck. Okay. Let's see what we need to know this week. I feel like I need to shuffle one more time. Okay. It zoomed in for you too? I don't know. I don't know what happened. With this whole worldwide internet issue, it could be that messing with it. I mean, granted, my iPad is doing its own thing, but for here, if it's glitching or if it's zooming in, doing weird stuff, that could be an issue. I am not sure. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So let's find out Tuesday through Friday, what energy is coming up for us. Also, you all remember, I have about 5 more spots left for the inner circle. Okay, this is for 2026. If you have not checked out the Inner Circle and you want to be a part of it, this is where you're going to go through tarot, advanced tarot, and numerology, and you will get certified, accredited certifications in all of these modalities, right? But you have to be part of the Inner Circle. We're going to go through the journey together over the next 12 months, starting in January. We'll meet twice a month, and then we'll have quarterly intensives where we really get deep into the cards and the practices and all of that, okay? So I have about 5 spots left because I like to keep it kind of a small group. So make sure you check out the Inner Circle before all of those spots are full, okay? Because it's almost full. All right. Let's find out what we need to know. The YouTube app had a major update the other day. Yeah, see, I know so much is happening. All right, let's look at today, Tuesday. Okay, we have the Fool here. Okay, this is kind of funny because it makes me think of, like, you know, having trouble getting started with something, and that's exactly what's happening right now. You know, because the Fool is like excited to start this new venture. It's excited to go through things, but like it's having an issue, like going on this journey, taking this leap of faith, right? So today, not the best day to start something new unless it's like something you've been hanging up on. It would be wise for you to really take a look at the path that you are choosing, okay? Because when we have an opportunity, remember, we have the blessing of honesty, right? When we have an opportunity to see the truth of something, to have something presented to us, we need to pivot. We need to make a decision. A lot of times that scares us because, again, we don't know where that's going to lead us. We cannot always predict every single step, right? So we have to step out in faith. Well, here, again, it could be, you know, an introspection of what is holding you back. Is it you? Is it another person? A lot of people wait until things are perfect, and that never happens because nothing in life is perfect, right? So it's like asking yourself, what is holding you back from getting started on this new journey and on this new path? For example, I had, when I was doing readings for that event, I had a couple of people that were hesitant to start this new journey. Like one, she wanted to open up her own, I think it was salon. Another guy wanted to do his own practice and whatever it was he was doing, but they were hesitant because, you know, they didn't know what was going to happen next. So like they were scared, you know? And I told them, I was like, look, you have this on your heart. You've gotten everything ready. What are you waiting on? The timing is never going to be perfect. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. The only thing holding you back is yourself, right? So we can look at that here and say, am I holding myself back? What am I allowing to keep me stuck in this one spot? Okay. But also it's a day of, you know, be careful not to just act impulsively. You know, it's like, don't do things just out of spite or out of desire, or out of impulse. It's like, think before you leap. But again, you're going to know how this resonates with you depending on what's going on in your life. If you've been like really drawn to something new and you're just scared, then it's telling you, hey, go for it. Okay. That's okay. You can manifest it. I'm telling you, put it in your manifestation, see yourself in the Inner Circle, and it will happen. Okay. All right, let's look at Wednesday's energy. Okay, so Wednesday's energy, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Now, when he's in reverse, again, we're talking about acting impulsively, energy like being scattered all over the place. Okay, so make sure you're grounding your energy. Make sure you're focusing on what it is that you really want to accomplish that day. So if it feels kind of chaotic, go put your feet in the grass, ground your energy, and let's see where, you know, let's see where it's taking us. Let's see where we need to go, okay? Because you are always in control here. You are always the one that is allowed to make the decision that is right for you. We don't want to wait for the universe to do that for us. Does that make sense? Okay, so we'll see if anything else comes out with that. Let's look at Thursday's energy. Oh, wow. Thursday, we have the King of Cups in reverse. All this reversal energy. Well, how does that connect to the truth? Right? So the truth, you always know that the truth will set you free, right? Well, when these energies are in reverse, they're not set free because the ego is taking over. The fear is taking over. The doubt is taking over. So when we have the King of Cups in reverse, this can indicate that either there's a person that you're dealing with that would be emotionally manipulative. Let's say like on Wednesday, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. He's one that's like, like, hey, I like you, I'm attracted to you, let's have fun together, and then he's gone. Okay. The King of Cups, when he's in reverse, he would be somebody that would be like love bombing and doing all these things, right? That's if you're dealing with another person, or he can be emotionally manipulative in another way. Okay. But if this is representing you, this would be about you feeling like you can't take action on the things that you're passionate about. And again, that's your ego in the way. Okay, so be aware that today we have the Fool in reverse, this fear of getting started. Tuesday, the Knight of Wands in reverse, scattered energy. We need to focus. And remember, it's Sagittarius energy, so we gotta pull that inner knowing in. We gotta go ground our energy, and then we can start taking our steps, right? Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have the King of Cups in reverse, feeling like I can't take steps on whatever it is that I'm passionate about, or we're dealing with somebody who is emotionally charged. They can lash out emotionally, they can manipulate, they can do all those things. And so you stop taking it personally and you see, okay, well, I knew this was a potential, so I'm not going to take it personally because this person's having some issues internally, and I'm going to set a boundary, or I'm going to separate myself from them. You do what is necessary. Excuse me. Friday, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. Goodness gracious. I mean, we have the new moon. I wish Jamie was in here. Let me see if I can... Hang on. Let me text her through here. Because I want her to talk about the astrology. Give me a sec. Okay, so hopefully she saw that. Okay. Oh, there you are. I was just texting you. Hang on. I wanted to see if I could bring you up, but I cannot. Okay, so we need your help, Jamie. So let me go over the cards right quick. So today we have the Fool in reverse. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Thursday, we have the King of Cups in reverse. And Friday, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So when the Page of Swords is in reverse, it's indicating that there is a couple of things that could happen, okay? You might be waiting on a message from somebody, waiting on a text, waiting on an email, waiting on something, and it doesn't come, okay? Or it can be seen as bad news. But again, with this blessing of honesty, there really is no bad news. It's telling you what is. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? The universe is revealing something to you and saying, hey, this is the direction, or this is not the direction. Does that make sense? But also, don't get caught up in immature gossip. Don't get caught up in, trash talking other people, all that immature BS crap, okay? So Jamie, I know it's kind of hard to do it in the comments, but what do we need to know about the astrology happening? I know we have the new moon. So how is this affecting us? Look, we have the star underneath. Ooh, interesting. Because I was talking about it's showing you the path. It's guiding you, right? We have the guiding star right here. The star is about your long-term goals, your wishes, and your hopes, and your healing, right? But you can't get there if you're too afraid to start, if you are getting stuck in negative patterns and you're surrounding yourself with negative people, you know, all of that stuff. So these cards, it seems as though it's revealing things to you about certain people and even about yourself in order to push you into these long-term goals. Does that make sense? Let me go ahead and close this. Looking at, because I did last week, I did I did Monday through, Monday through Monday, right? No, I did Friday through Monday. God, I'm trying to rack my brain. And so now we're doing Tuesday through Friday because I was out of town on Monday. So yeah, this is the Tarotscope. New Moon in Libra, giving hesitancy on making decisions. Saturn, Pluto, Chiron, Neptune, and Uranus all making aspects to this new moon. It's a lot. Holy cow. Man, I wish I could have you on here. But I don't know how to do that. Hang on, let me see something. What is this? I'm gonna start. No, let's start a poll. Oh, you could do a poll and Q&A. Okay. What is this? Well, that didn't work. Gosh. I wish I could invite you on, Jamie, but I don't think it can let me do that unless I do it like at the beginning. No worries, Amy. But yeah, that is a lot happening. No wonder why your eyes got big earlier. So the new moon in Libra, giving hesitancy on making decisions. Saturn, Pluto, and Chiron, Neptune, and Uranus all making aspects. Gosh, we're going to need a whole video on that, Jamie. Saturn is asking you to grow up and set boundaries. Uranus is telling you to say, fuck it. Pluto is revealing hidden truths. There we go. Within relationships, and Neptune is clouding the water. Wow. Well, I mean, that makes a lot of sense with why we got all of these cards in reverse, right? Because when we're thinking through the ego, we're often thinking through these illusions and delusions, right? And with the Knight of Wands especially, and the King of Cups, I mean, talk about relationship issues, like seeing the truth of the situation. And again, it's not meant to scare you. It's not meant to punish you. It's not doing anything negative. It is showing you what is. And you have to decide, am I going to believe this? Or am I going to continue to put myself in these situations where I'm completely unhappy, I'm unsatisfied, it's going nowhere, and I'm just miserable, right? So all of which is triggering wounds around our sense of self. So it's a lot of different energies pulling us in different directions. That makes so much sense. See, the cards know. The cards know. All right, let's see what else we need to know about this. And like I said, with the star underneath, this is about your own internal compass. This is about your long-term dreams and goals and wishes. It is about your social circles, okay? So there we go. All right. Look at that. We have the door to romance. It's in reverse, okay? So when this is in reverse, this could be one of two things. Speaking of relationships, right? Some of y'all may be closing the door to a relationship, okay? Some of you all might already have the door closed, but you're wanting a new relationship, and the universe is like making you look at yourself saying, how are you standing in your own way? How are you blocking your relationships? How are you allowing people into your life that you really know are not good for you? You know, it's like we've talked about before, where you meet somebody new and you're like, oh, this is exciting. This is fresh. This is all these things. But then you start seeing that this person really isn't aligning completely with what you're looking for in a relationship. Like you don't have the same core values. You don't have the same goals and desires. You don't have all of that. But you start taking all of those away from your list, and you start dimming yourself down just because you want a relationship. And that's not what we need to be doing, okay? Because we fear that if we put our standards out there, if we have healthy boundaries, if we do this and that, we're going to be rejected. But we're not being rejected. We're actually being told, yeah, this isn't the right person for you. You know, if you're putting a boundary down and that person gets upset and they leave, good. Good. That means they are not supposed to be there, right? If they respect the boundary and they alter the way they do things, then that's a good sign, right? But we're so afraid of being rejected, we're so afraid of people leaving, that we will take everything that we want in life and let it go just so that person sticks around. We don't want to do that. Ask yourself, am I going to keep disappointing myself, or am I going to be okay with disappointing others? Yeah, see, perfectly. Finally got rid of my dead weight person. Good. Good, good, good. But do you understand what I'm saying? So this is master number 33 on this card. And it's asking you, number one, what are you putting out into the universe? And number two, what are you accepting from other people? What needs to be healed here? How can you look at relationships through a higher lens, through your spiritual lens instead of your egoic lens? Okay. My family, likes to say that I have like super high standards. I'm very picky, whatever. And I'm like, no, I can just see it for what it is. If I don't feel like this person is a good match, then why would I waste my time? You could be the same way. Okay. You're not going to go on a lot of dates because you're not wasting your time. You're going to see who you resonate with. And then you're going to say, yeah, I will go on a date with you and I would like to get to know you. And that's when you're being really objective, because you're getting to know that person and you're saying, is this aligning with my core values, with my beliefs and all that other stuff? Or are they so opposite that it's never going to work? And it's okay if it's not going to work. That just means that's not your person. There is another person out there for you. Okay? It's not the end of the world, I promise. I'm picky and work a lot. Yeah, same. You working on all that? Good. Okay, let's get some more. But I mean, this isn't just completely about romantic relationships. It's going to be relationships with friends, with family, with coworkers, all the above, right? So let it fit where it applies in your life, with this being a general collective, right? So we're going to be dealing with some energies this week that are not always the best, but you always have control of how you respond to the situation, how you deal with the situation, All right, let's see what else we need to know. Because we have that blessing of honesty. And it is a blessing to see the truth of a situation, to see the truth of a person. Because that way, again, you're not wasting your time, energy, and effort into something that is just going to continue to butt heads with you. Yeah, the more you sacrifice for others or conform, the more we solidify hidden fears of feeling unworthy. Yes. Then we aren't worthy of being loved for who we truly are. Yep. Okay, we have number 34, spark. So we had 33, the door to romance, in reverse. Here we have number 34, spark. So let's see what this one wants to tell us. I think I've only drawn this card maybe once, so I don't remember what the full message is. So let's find out. Oh, it opened right to it. Okay. You are a clear channel for divine creativity. There is a spark of creativity in you, and you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in co-creating it. This is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship or job, or begin any endeavor. Attraction is high as you connect with others who can co-create joyous experiences and join with you in expressing the finer aspects of life. Watching a spark turn to a flame and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity. So we have this new moon in Libra, right? We have all these aspects happening. And it's interesting because I know probably y'all are going, well, those are contradicting messages. We have the door to romance closed, and now we have spark. Well, think about it this way. I've got goosebumps. Think about it this way. We have to close the door on the past, on the things that didn't work out, on our old fears about relationships, on our old insecurities, all of those, right? And you might meet somebody new or desire to meet somebody new this week, and it kind of stirs up those old feelings, those old fears, and you have to face those, right? And a healthy relationship will allow you to work through that energy. You don't trauma dump on the person. You don't, like put it all in their hands. That is not their job. It is your job to heal yourself, right? But this could be that supportive energy that motivates you to do so, because a healthy relationship will challenge those inner shadows. You know what I'm saying? And again, it could be a new friend, it could be a new lover, it could be a new coworker, it could be something with a family member. It's going to be different for everybody because, again, this is general collective, but it resonates with everybody because we all learn the most through our relationships. Does that make sense? So if you feel this spark, especially like on days like Wednesday and Thursday, because we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, and Thursday we have the King of Cups in reverse. Why am I feeling this spark? What is going on here? Am I seeing this as somebody that's like a true candidate, or am I just like feeding off of this attention? Okay, because with these two energies in reverse, either it's going to be them in reverse, they're in their ego and they're just like, trying to get whatever they want, or you are in your ego, which is the fear mode, saying, I just don't feel like I'm attractive enough. I just don't feel like this and that. And you project all those fears onto them. We need to close the door to the past, right? And that's what the new moon in Libra is doing, because it's like, you know what? It's time for a new outlook on ourselves and our relationships. It's time for us to level up in our relationships instead of settling for the things that we know are not going to work out. Like, don't waste your time, okay? You're going to regret it if you do. Do you hear what I'm laying down? It's funny because, like, people ask me, what about so-and-so? And I'm like, no. And it's nothing against that person. I could just immediately tell, is this going to be a potential match or not? No. Yes, Libra is a cardinal air sign. It is the initiator of new perspectives. There we go. See? All right. What else do we need to know this week? You know what's funny? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, I did Friday, and normally we do Fridays on Friday mornings. So there we go. That's funny. I just realized I did that. Look at that. We have fast progress, okay? So this says, move forward with swift precision and do what must be done now. Stop hesitating, stop procrastinating, stop doing all those things that are getting in your own way, right? That's why we have the Fool in reverse, because he's reminding you how you are being foolish by getting in your own way, how you are letting fear hold you back from taking that leap, right? I mean, go on the adventure, see what happens, do it for the plot. Here it says, charge ahead. Embrace courage and determination, forging your path with confidence and readiness to overcome obstacles. There you go. Okay? It's like full steam ahead, but you're going to have to, have some reflection happening. You're going to have some triggers that come up, and oh well, that's part of life. That's what I think of, Jamie, whenever I, trying to decide something, or if something makes me nervous, I'm like, screw it, let's do it for the plot. Let's see what happens. Let's do this one, Soul Truth. Oops. All right, what do we need to know this week? Ooh, I like this card. I think it's, okay, it's one. What am I grateful for right now? Adopt an abundance mindset. Gratitude is the antidote to all our problems. It is impossible to be fearful and grateful at the same time. There we go. We're talking about fear, right? Gratitude improves our health, opens our heart, and changes our state. So think about that when it comes to relationships, when it comes to like maybe past relationships or present relationships that are really showing you something about yourself, about your journey, whatever it may be, right? They're revealing that truth, okay? Are you able to show that person or that relationship gratitude for revealing to you what it is that you needed to know? You know, I've had some trauma in my life, and I am grateful for it because it allowed me to work through it, and then I get to do what I love by helping other people work through theirs. Make sense? Because also, when somebody shows us the truth of who they are, be grateful. Be grateful that they show you the truth, good, bad, or indifferent. Be grateful because that allows you to see where they are in their journey, how it's aligning with you, and whether or not you want to continue that relationship or not. Okay? Today's soul action. The universal law of attraction says that we attract into our lives that on which we are focused. Close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and think of 3 things for which you are grateful for today. Notice the abundance growing within you. When you express gratitude for the things that happen in your life, and like real gratitude, not just like surface level, okay, thank you, universe. No, like you got to feel it in your heart. Okay? When you feel that gratitude, it immediately raises your vibration. Okay? Gratitude is everything. It's not just, buzzwords that we say. It really is. It really does fill your heart, and it puts you on a higher vibration, and there you go. What else? You know what? Let's do this one. Yes, I love that. In order to receive, you have to be open. Yep. It's hard to be open when we focus on the past hurts, the beliefs that make us feel unworthy, or things don't work out for me mindset. Yeah. And that's a horrible way to go into a new relationship or a new opportunity, thinking, well, things don't typically work out for me, but, I'll just see what happens. No. Like, you know what? Hey, this could be the thing that works out. And I refuse to project my insecurities onto this until it shows me that it's not working out. Until the universe tells me otherwise. I'm going to have full faith in this situation, this relationship, this opportunity, and I'm just going to dive in and see what happens, right? But again, you're always being objective. You're being observant of what is showing you to your face. Because especially when it comes to love relationships, our brain starts messing with us. It releases those chemicals that really disallow us from seeing what is right in front of our face. So like if you're starting a relationship and people are telling you, hey, like I'm seeing some red flags, this doesn't seem right, you want to listen, okay? Because again, your brain is playing tricks on you and you're only seeing the positive. So if somebody starts saying something negative, saying, hey, I'm noticing this and this and that, or I heard this about this person, pay attention, okay? All right, what else do we need to know this week? Ooh, to the moon and back. I love that because we have the new moon happening, right? It's number 51, so there's that 5 again, and then 1, which is something new. So let's see. Let's read out of the book. That's what I've been doing with the healing retreat, following guidance. Good, you're good. Tanya, I did get your email, and I need to respond to you. It's just been super crazy, so I have not forgotten about you. Okay. So to the moon and back. Desires, wishes, and longings. Well, that's the same as what's hiding underneath, which is the star. And look what's behind it. The 10 of Cups. Complete fulfillment, happiness, family, relationships, marriage, all the things. That ideal life, okay? So that is what we're focusing on right now. Not the reversals, right? We're acknowledging them, and we understand how they can play out in our day-to-day, but what's hiding underneath is this is all happening for our long-term goals and desires, okay? All right, it says, Look at this woman sitting on a swing shaped like the moon. She gazes longingly into the distance as if she would like to be somewhere else. Although her skirt is made out of feathers, she stays seated and does not fly away. This card speaks about strong desires. Sometimes we crave what we don't have. Instead of taking action, we remain passive and let our dreams fall unknown. Let the powerful magic of the moon reveal any unpredictable desires. Isn't that so fitting with what we're talking about? Because she wants something, but she's afraid. And she has the wings to get her there. But she's sitting there in longing, and Lord knows how long she's going to stay there. And that's misery. Can you imagine your entire life spent longing because you never took action? God, I can't imagine that like that. No. Let's get it from the Kipper deck. Called out. Uh-oh. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Look at that, number 35. There's another 5, the pathway. Remember how I was talking about we have this Fool in reverse happening today. There's fear to take this new pathway. But look, there's butterflies all along the path, symbolizing your transformation, okay? And we have the rocks. They're not in the way. They're out of the way, and you can navigate around it. You're going towards this light, this higher sense of being, this newness, okay? So 35, 3 is creation, it is expression, it is communication. 5 is change. You are wanting change, you're desiring change in whatever aspect we're talking about here. It could be, again, career, love, health, peace, all the things, right? When we put them together, it's 8. 8 is power. It is karmic energy. It is financial abundance. So whatever it is, like, you have to be daring to like, what is it? Fortune favors the bold. Same thing. Okay. So this path is telling you, whatever path you choose is part of your transformation. So again, if you choose the same old every day, and you allow other people to dictate your happiness and what you do, or you allow people to put you down, or you're just unhappy, that is part of your transformation, because it's going to make you more and more unhappy until you finally have enough of your own crap and you go down a different path, okay? Or if you choose the new path, then you start to experience this transformation through the new path, because it's the unknown. And you are evolving as you go through this whole thing. Does that make sense? It's all on what you choose to do, okay? I love this card with the path. Reminds me of the meditation you take. Oh, the one I took you through? Yeah. That's what I think of when I see that, when I'm visualizing that meditation. Yeah, same thing. You could choose a new path that aligns with openness and creativity. The possibilities are endless. Yes. 3 is your life path number. There you go, Jennifer. All right. Let's see what else. Let's do this one. For me also, when I'm seeing on Wednesday, you could experience some sort of travel delays. So make sure that you leave in plenty of time. You're relaxed. You're not frustrated. Just understand, if you hit traffic or any type of delay, that is the universe potentially saving you from something else. Okay. So just relax and say, you know what? I'm going to get there at the perfect time. But again, leave a little bit earlier just in case. So for example, I have a gig in Arlington on Wednesday. It's a private party at this big venue, and that's kind of a far drive for me. So when I see the Knight of Wands in reverse, it can indicate, again, obstacles and delays. So I'm going to leave a little bit earlier just to make sure that I get there in plenty of time. So, yeah. And on Friday, especially if there's an issue where you're like wanting to give somebody like your peace of mind, don't waste your time. With the Page of Swords in reverse, like the paragraphs that we send to people mean nothing. Okay? Silence is golden. Pivot is power. Okay? How did the Halloween party go? It was amazing. It was so much fun. They loved me. I made a video about it. So Marlo, go check on my TikTok. I made a video about it. But I did just get booked for a major corporate event. So that's exciting. I'll be doing that on the 9th. So yeah, a lot of fun. I blew some people's minds. None of them had ever had a tarot reading before. And so I got to be there first, which is such an honor. And it's so fun because they're so like curious. And I even had a non-believer sit in front of me and tell me he was a non-believer, but he wanted to see what happens. And I told him, and I was picking up messages psychically, and I was spot on. And he was like, interesting. So thank y'all. All right, let's see what else we need to know this week. Oh, look at that. Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Look at that. Okay? Enjoy growth and reap the rewards. Just because we have this reversal energy does not mean that you are stunted. It does not mean that you can't accomplish things that you want to. It means that you acknowledge the potential for obstacles, whether it's going to be externally or internally. Right? When we're experiencing external obstacles, it's typically because we have something going on internally. Okay? So, yeah, it does look like the Queen of Pentacles, right? And look at the apple, right? It's healthy. It's got the star within. You know, it's like all these things, right? And it's the fruit of knowledge. So, it's telling you, enjoy the growth and reap the rewards, because again, fortune favors the bold. If you do not take bold steps, you do not experience bold miracles or bold opportunities, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So, boom. Let's get our money message for the week. Let's see. What is our money message for this week? Look at that. We have recognition. Didn't last time we had gift? Here it says, your money is looking good and solid. Number 2, whatever you're working on now will win you the respect of others. If you're taking action, right? If you're not doing anything and you're waiting on that perfect moment and you're like, well, I'm just not sure, then you're not going to get recognized. You have to put yourself out there. You have to just start, okay? Number 3, you can earn a leadership position or get the recognition you deserve. So there you go. Very positive energy and messages for money. And it's all about being recognized. Well, how are you going to be recognized if you're hiding at home? How are you going to be recognized if you're not putting yourself out there? If you're not speaking up, if you're not doing the thing? Okay? Fortune favors the bold. This is why my business blew up the way that it has, because I was bold. I put myself out there. I was consistent. I didn't go along with the pop tarot stuff and, like really play to the lowest common denominator. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that stuff. I do real tarot. I teach real tarot. I do real business here, and that's what gets me the recognition. So, yeah. Let's do this one. Let's see what this one wants to say. Ripple effect. Look at that. Making an impact. Whoops. Making an impact. Influencer. Spreading effect. Series of consequences. So there you go. You know, it's funny, Tanya, you say that. She said, you do real therapy. It's funny because we were talking about that this past weekend where I've had clients come to me for sessions, for live sessions, and they've literally told me, I've gotten more out of this one session than I have in years of therapy. And I'm like, well, I'm not a therapist, but I'm glad you've had some real aha moments and enlightenment and healing moments. So, yeah. Yes, I do have a tarot school. So, okay, yeah, ripple effect. Again, it's what you do, what you decide, what you put out there that makes that ripple effect. That's how you get recognized. You know, you're going to have to ruffle some feathers. You're going to have to do some, that was a big rabbit that just leapt across. You're going to have to do some things that might make you a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit nervous, a little bit excited, a little bit scared, whatever, but you're doing something new, you know? You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting to get new results. That's insanity. So you have two opportunities or two options for my tarot school, okay? Number one is this is a ladies only membership. It is my tribe, okay? You can get into my tribe and you get access to my tarot apprenticeship. This is the same content that I teach my students when I'm live with them, okay? It's a video and audio series that you go through at your own pace and you learn yourself, okay? Or you can get into my inner circle, which starts January 2026. And this is where you're still going to go through things at your own pace, but we're going to meet, a small group of us are going to meet twice a month to really deepen your lessons. So y'all can ask questions so we can practice and we can do all the things, right? And then we're going to have quarterly intensives as well. And that is where you get certified in tarot, advanced tarot, and numerology. Okay. Those are accredited certifications. So that means it's held to a much higher standard than if I were just to give you a certificate. So you can check both of those out. They are linked. I don't know if that, yeah, the inner circle is linked down and the tribe is linked in the description. Okay. So get in where you feel aligned. Let's see. What else? We'll do the spirit animal. Look at the ladybug at the bottom. Love it. You're welcome. You know, it's funny. This morning I was having issues with my, with my iPad, and I was like, you know what? I just need to get a new iPad. This is ridiculous. So I went ahead and broke down and ordered one. And of course now it craps out on me. And I was like, yep, smart decision. See, those are the types of things where we just have to go for it and just do it, right? And so I did, especially before Mercury retrograde hits. So yeah. Okay, we have elephant, greatness. Look at that. I love it. It says, love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Look at that. Okay? Because it's telling you love is your strength, right? What is pulling at you? What is calling to you? When you see through the lens of love, everything shifts. Leadership is your path. You're always leading yourself first, and then you lead by example, okay? Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. Yeah, like I was telling you, all the trauma that I've been through in my past, I used to think, why me? You know, why do people hate me? Why does the universe hate me? Why is this happening? But it was meant for me to work through it because I needed to gain that wisdom for myself and then so I could turn on and help other people. So think about the things that you've been through in your past, how that has brought you wisdom and how you can use that moving forward and help others. You can overcome any problem. Yeah, you've done it your entire life. You can continue to do it, okay? And you will naturally and easily achieve success. When you have this mindset, you will have opportunities. Like the universe, like it's a thing, it's a law. You know, when you're moving through your authenticity, when you're taking strides and you're doing things for your highest good, you will achieve success and you'll have opportunities show themselves to you because it can't not happen. Okay? All right. Let's get the Rebel deck. We know that's always our last one. Let's see, let's see. Okay. What is our message for this week? So true. The love I feel for tarot really leads me to want to have my own tarot business. What a dream to help people and give them readings for their highest good. Warm my heart thinking about it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's an incredible career. It is the most fulfilling career I've ever had in my entire life, you know? Like I love it. Absolutely love it. So I know you would too. And this is why I'm so passionate about teaching true tarot, because the pop tarot crap is very surface level. It's very clickbaity type stuff, right? It's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to be sustaining. But if you learn real tarot, true tarot, and you learn all the different aspects that are involved in it, the way I teach it, that's the way I was taught as well, which thank God, it's going to sustain you for the rest of your life. And then you can turn on and teach other people. So yeah. All right, what is our message for this week? If you get offended easily, it's time to scroll away, stop watching, because this deck sometimes will call you out and hurt your feelings. So let's see, what is our message for this week? Oh, there you go. Get over yourself. Pull your shit together. Help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. There we go. Everything we were just talking about, okay? And let me tell you, we were talking about relationships too, right? Your relationships will either boost your progress or they will hinder your progress. Do not ever let a relationship take you away from what you are working towards. Okay. I know, like, when we get into relationships, it's really exciting, especially women, because we want to support the other person. We want to be there. We want to share the excitement of their life, but we have to remember ourselves. We have to fill our own cup. We have to maintain our independence. We have to continue with what we were doing, because if you're in a relationship where you feel like you're giving yourself up, then that's not the right relationship for you. Okay. So this is telling you to make your mark in this world in whatever way that resonates with you. Lead by example, do your own thing, and trust me, you will get recognized, okay? Ah, nice, Tanya. That's awesome. Okay. Well, I hope you all have a great rest of your week. I will be back here on Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Like I said, I did pull the Page of Swords in reverse for Friday, but I feel like I want to still pull a card for next Friday or this coming Friday, because I feel like the energy is going to be shifting. Okay? So make sure with the new moon, you are really letting everything cleanse out. We're setting intentions over the next few days after the new moon, and we're looking at how our relationships are affecting our path. Okay? How are we holding ourselves back, and how are we like accepting things into our life that may be aligned or maybe not? Okay? Also, get into the inner circle. Like I said, I have 5 spots left. Check out the tribe if the inner circle is not right for you, or you could just start with my free course that's linked down below, okay? So I will see you Friday morning. I love you all. Have a great rest of your week.